Hi, I'm Dr. Ariel Garfinkel, owner of the Smile Garden of East Windsor in Windsor, Colorado. And when someone comes in with a damaged tooth, I like to look at several things. One, how is the tooth doing? What tooth structure do we have left? How much filling is there? Is there a cavity? Has the nerve been affected? How's the bone doing? So we look right at that tooth initially. But then it's also important to look at the teeth next to it, above it, in the rest of the mouth, because we want to make sure it makes sense, that if this tooth will make sense for the rest of the mouth. If the rest of the teeth are broken and bad, and maybe we need to talk about the big picture and how all the other teeth are doing, then maybe it doesn't make sense to fix this one tooth. But if most of the teeth are doing okay and it's really important that we save this tooth, then we'll talk about what our options are to save this broken tooth. Saving someone's natural tooth is usually the best option for people if possible, because it's their own tooth and your body already accepts this structure as it is. When we talk about placing implants, we have to make sure that the patient is medically healthy enough to withstand a foreign object, and the body has to accept this object. And so if we're able to save the person's natural tooth, we already know that the body is going to love it and treat it like its own. So at the Smile Garden, we have several x-ray options to look at this broken tooth from different angles. We can look at it two-dimensionally to see how the decay is and how close it is to the nerve. We can also look at it three-dimensionally to see how the bone levels are doing and if there's any infection that we need to consider. And so we take a look at all of these different aspects. We also take intraoral photos. So we're able to take a picture of the tooth in the mouth and throw it up on our big screen so that you can see it yourself and we can talk about it together and make the best decision for you together as a team. So I had a patient come in a couple Fridays ago at 4 p.m. and he called saying, "Oh no, I broke a tooth. Can you help me? I think I might have to take it out." And we took all of our images. We took a 2D image, a 3D image. We took an intraoral photo so he could see. And when we looked at all of those images combined, we realized that yes, he had broken this tooth, but that how it broke, it didn't break into the nerve and it didn't break below the bone. And so we were able to save it by putting a crown on it. And now he still has that tooth and he's able to use it and chew with it beautifully. When a patient comes in and is anxious about getting dental treatment, I like to just talk to them about the different steps and why it's important to talk about saving our natural teeth. It's always best to save your natural teeth if possible because our bodies love our own teeth and that's what we're easily able to use to chew with. When we start talking about taking out teeth, then we have to also expand the conversation to talk about how we're going to replace those teeth. Our mouths like to have all the teeth in place because they all rely on each other. And when we're missing teeth, that's when teeth start to shift. I wish that everyone understood how important it is to save our natural teeth because we only get one set of permanent teeth. We're not like sharks. We can't just regrow teeth. And now I have a 5-year-old that's starting to lose his baby teeth. And I'm telling him now, all right, it's the big game here. Now we got to really focus in on keeping these teeth healthy because you only get one shot at it. And it really is very simple to take care of our teeth. We've got to brush twice a day. We've got to floss every day. We've got to go to the dentist regularly. And that is just, those habits are so important to do every single day because they create long-term lasting effects. So if a patient feels like they need a tooth extracted, they should absolutely contact our office and we'll take all the x-rays necessary. We'll look two-dimensionally, three-dimensionally at the shape of the roots and the bone and see if there's any infections going on. And then we can talk about if we need to take out that tooth and if we feel like we need to do bone grafting material to help maintain that width and volume of the bone for potentially replacing that tooth later down the road.